3, 2, 1. We're here. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're gonna give this one another shot. We did a big practice one last night, and it got dark. It got a little hairy there.
It leaned definitely on the heavy side. Touchy topics.
We're gonna try to keep it bright and happy this morning instead of talking about things that bring people down.
Like stuff that brings people up, like this coffee that I haven't had in quite some time that I'm now starting to dabble into a little bit more. Went on a big water kick for a while, which worked though. Got me excited and got me going.
But everybody needs coffee. Coffee's what makes the world go round.
Dude, coffee was the foundation of our activity. Dude. Everything we did was early morning coffee and insert whatever activity you want.
I regret putting water in mine.
Yeah, the first
I can top you off right fast.
The first YouTube channel we had was
actually, yeah, is there a
coffee.
And Vinny said that was brilliant. He's like, dude, we should run with it. Still,
Coffee,
even
man.
still,
we can totally do that.
we could probably name it something better though.
The blog, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
oh, yeah. No
or
doubt about it.
the vlog.
And dude, I'm telling you, I'm glad you got all this stuff going, dude. Because like you were saying last night, stuff and ideas float around into the air until nothing happens. Ideas float around into the air until you finally just put it on the back burner. Nothing ever gets accomplished. You got all the stuff done. You got it here, and here we are, making it crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
so
excited.
I mean, hopefully, we can just thrive off of this, productivity and enthusiasm, and just keep stuff going. Because like I said, now the ball's rolling. You know what I'm saying? Now we're off the ground and we're flying high, boys. Like I said, Vinny was talking to me, and I want to. We can get another camera, and then we can just complete aspects and go. Just a lot of footage, a lot of action, and just our lives that we, activities that we could do easily every single day. Because Clarksville, Tennessee isn't the best of places, but I mean, we do kind of have a bit of stuff to do.
Yeah, but we're in a good place to travel. We're in a good place to
definitely in the middle.
Get up in the morning, even if it's spontaneous plans where we're not going that far away. You don't got to pack much. You just get up and go. It's always a good place to be when you're within 200 miles of a lot of destinations and vacation spots. But all right. But other than that, other than being excited about finally getting this thing off the ground, don't you have some pretty exciting news coming up?
I do have news coming up.
In 2 weeks?
And I'm actually quite nervous about it, I can't lie to you. Not this weekend, but the following weekend I have registered. I'm going to be in the rodeo, boys. I'm going to ride a bull. Based solely off of the simple fact that's very misled and wrong, that it will be easy to win $1,000 in 8 seconds. That's why I did it, because I mean, if you last 8 seconds, you win $1,000. You only have one try during the night. You can't fall off and then go back and try it again a couple hours later. I'm not sure what the entry fee is for the bull riders. I know it was $65 to sign up, to qualify or whatever it is. But I know you only get one go, so it's gonna be make it or break it. And I mean, hopefully I don't break anything.
And that's
Dude, I'm fucking scared for you.
Dude, I'm nervous too. I can't lie to you.
And it's gonna be Hopkinsville at the fairgrounds, right?
That's right. Yep, in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, right there by
fairgrounds. So if you want to watch this guy come break his neck, or you want to watch him win $1,000, whatever your motivation is to come see him, come out and see him.
I get hyped, dude. I sit there and I was talking to the boys. I was like, I'm gonna make that bull my bitch. I was like, I'm gonna smack it in the back of the head when I'm sitting on top of it in the ring and everything like that. I was just going on.
Don't be the dude that leans too far forward and the back of the bull's head smashes you in the face.
Oh, dude, that's my biggest fear, bro. That is my fear, because I feel
like
like
trampled. That's not.
No, because that's what I was gonna say. I feel like the clowns will help me out, tremendously.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
It's true.
But like, if I get knocked out, they can't. That bull's gonna go after my limp body. I know it.
I hate to hear the statement that clowns will save my life.
The bullfighters.
I know.
I owe them
I know what
respect.
you're talking
I owe them
about.
my life right now. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like
Maybe I shouldn't say clown fighters. I should say bullfighters.
Clown fighters.
Clown fighters.
Just out there sticking dudes in makeup.
Oh, dude, because I thought about that. Because last time I went to the fair, dude, I instantly went straight over to that clown that talks all that crap, and I started throwing. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I missed, and I'm ashamed of it. But I didn't dunk the clown into the thing, and he was talking all this mess. And dude, the lines are everywhere, and everyone watches that guy when you're standing in line. It gives you something to do. So like everybody's watching this dude in this tent talk crap to all these people. And I walked up, I like to wear my bucket hats and my short shorts, and he's like, "Oh, here we go. We got this little mini fisherman want to be, all this, and I missed, dude. And what I thought was, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do next time there's a fair? I'm gonna dress up like a clown and just run straight to him, and just throw until I get him to knock it. I feel like that'd be the funniest
What
thing.
you should do is don't follow the rules. Clowns don't follow rules. So dress up like a clown and just run up and just punch the
Jump
button.
over it and hit the button. Oh, dude, that'd be great.
Yeah, because no one would be expecting that. And I don't think he would be expecting it either. Run up, dunk him in, take my job one more time. Take my job.
That's right.
You sack of shit, you took my job.
Make it personal. Oh,
Yeah.
remember this next time you get in bed with my wife. Make it real personal.
You gotta make sure you wear the big shoes and everything else while you're doing it. Oh man, that would be great. Yeah, that would be great.
I don't know how well I'd run in those. I'd probably have to stick.
But you gotta yell at him before you dunk him. You gotta yell at him.
Dude, you're gonna hear me yelling from across the fair. You're just gonna hear. They're gonna look over this little clown running through the thing, and I just clear the whole hurdle the little desk there. Boom, hit the button. That'd be
You need
funny.
to get a pair of your classics that you don't like and spray paint them red.
Yeah, I know, red and yellow or something.
Bright red shoes, and when you jump right, that way he hears everything that you're gonna say before you dunk him. You don't want to dunk him and then say the worst shit. That way he's underwater and he doesn't hear the trash talk. Be like,
Well, that'd be the funniest thing ever. Oh yeah, that's a problem.
I tell you what, that would be a good thing.
My wife again.
That would be a good thing to have somebody behind you with a GoPro.
Dude, I'm not gonna do that if it ain't covered in footage. Because I'll tell you what, if you don't get it on film, it never happened.
That is true.
That's just the thing.
Or you could go down as a legend. Remember that time that clown came in here?
That's right. That's funny, man.
That would be good.
And I thought about that extensively because, like I said, I did miss. I'm ashamed of it because I do have good aim.
Yeah, Jordan was your girl was running her mouth about you.
Yeah.
She came back as soon as she walked in the door. Blake can't throw a baseball.
And I'm telling you what, dude, he's about from us to that wall. That's about how far he is. I'd say a good, 20 feet or so. So he's not that far from me, dude, and I missed the shit out of it. I'm not kidding. I can throw like we're athletic. We can do it. Yes, I know. He must have because I think it wasn't him. I think it was everybody watching me because he's talking crap. The speakers are loud enough to where the whole fair can hear him. You know what I'm saying? Well, not the whole fair, but that whole quarter of the fair can hear this clown talking mess about everyone, and everyone, like I said, standing in line is like laughing at what he's saying to these people. And then there's always a big applause. He's got a mic on his head.
On his head, he goes in the water?
I'm pretty sure. Oh, you know what? It is up there because he comes up and he leans his face towards it. Yeah, the mic is posted up.
I was saying when I was a kid, I thought he used to have a mic like right in front of his face, and then like he would fall and go under it. Because that would suck if you put a mic on your head and then you fall in the water. You get one shot at talking shit, and then after that mic goes in the water, you're done. You just gotta sit there.
Yeah. Just sit there pointing at people.
And
yeah, it's definitely hung up on the cage there.
Just point at him and yell, "You throw like a girl!"
Yeah, that's funny. That's what he said.
Nobody hears you. What was that?
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
But like I'm telling you, dude, I was missing by a landslide. Like here's the ball that you gotta hit, dude. I was hitting like over there somewhere. Like I was going up and right, and I was thinking to myself, and it wasn't him talking crap. It was everybody watching me. I think that's what got to me. Was everybody was watching me miss. And
So what you're saying is now you know that you cannot be a pro athlete.
Now, yeah, you know what? That pretty much sealed the deal.
What's gonna happen when you ride this bull?
No eyes on me.
What's gonna happen when you ride this bull?
Hopefully the bull takes over. Hopefully the bull
just follow
distracts
the
me
bull's
from
lead.
any mental distraction that I possibly have. I want that bull to just clear my whole mind. I don't know, man. Hopefully, when I'm thinking about it, because like you said, because you fight, mixed martial arts, and you've had a few fights, clean record, perfect record, no losses. But you said, before the fight, you get so extremely anxious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like your nerves are just kicking.
Yeah, I flush.
Everyone's trying to get you hyped up, and you're just letting them think or whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna be hyped up, ready to go, smack me, let's go, or if I'm gonna be I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. You know what I mean?
You just gotta have somebody tackle you. Get a big dude to tackle you. Alright, I'm alright.
Yeah, that'll probably help, dude.
Punch you in the chest.
Yeah,
You used to getting trampled.
I was watching the PBA, and I think it was in Vegas a couple years back. I was watching that one, and this dude was his buddy was smacking him in his face.
Or
smacking
you can just
him in his
get
face.
in the Civic with Jonah.
I'll go roll it 3 times.
That's what I'm talking about.
He can
Bring it up touchy subjects.
He can total the car while you're wearing your gear. Just hold on to the little safety bar in the old cars.
No, that's right. I'm gonna wrap the rope around the center console and just sit on top of it. I'm gonna have one leg by Honage on his legs. My other leg's gonna be in the passenger side.
That would be great. just keep your helmet on. Make sure you don't get knocked out. Jonah takes more damage than you do.
Yeah. And the helmets, I think, like I said, I think the helmets are only, I think they're just recommended. I think he said that you can wear a hat if you want to, but you should probably wear a helmet. I'm going to wear a helmet. There's no
I'm
doubt about
afraid
it.
for you, but I'm gonna wear a hat. I'm not sure.
No, I was gonna say,
you brought that
there's
up,
like
I might have to wear a
professionals
hat.
that wear. Excuse me. There's professionals that wear, like cowboy hats, but then there's also professionals. I think the smart professionals, they probably have a longer career. The ones that wear the face mask and the helmet.
Well, the face mask I know because they were talking about that. They have like these modified face masks that fit under their head. It doesn't. I don't think it goes all the way around.
God,
their
could you
head.
imagine if you got it kicked off though?
Oh, dude, if you get kicked at all, I think that would suck pretty
Yeah,
bad.
but I feel like
I would hope it'd kill me.
if you have a helmet,
Like,
though,
I wouldn't.
don't you think the
You
helmet?
want to
would hold-
survive that?
Don't you think a helmet?
Yeah,
would
dude,
hold
absolutely. That'd be the best
face
story
mask in
ever.
place better than just having it strapped around the back of your head?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, like a face mask can get twisted.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
anything can happen. You know what I mean? But I guess that slight bit of protection is better than nothing if you want to wear your hat.
You wear a
If
dirt
you
bike
get kicked
helmet.
in the face, your neck is
Don't
gonna
wear
be
anything, I
jacked
guess.
up.
You just get in there with like a street bike helmet.
I think I gave that fella my dirt bike helmet. Oh, no, I gave him the tools. No, I did. I gave him the helmet. I was like, I'm not gonna need it.
That's right. You sold that, didn't you?
I sold it.
That
That's
sucks.
right.
You could never get it working or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, and it should have been a simple fix. It really should have. It was just the intake was off the carburetor. So I mean, when I got it back to the house, I cleaned out the carburetor, put the intake back on it, and I was like, all right, well, it should work. And then how many times was I out there in the freaking garage, just freaking night after
All
night?
winter.
Dude, I'm not kidding you.
All winter.
Yeah, out there just trying to like kick it. I was like, all right, Spencer, hold the bike, and I'm just and I think at one point I finally got it to go, and then it would die. Like that's about the most action I got out of it. And I was like, dude, I'm not even fooling with this
The bike
thing
was
anymore.
a tease. That's for sure.
It was a tease, but it was a good bike. Oh glory. YZ 252
I don't
stroke.
know, don't they call things Old Glory that keep running?
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that
would
what
It
say
that
wasn't
is?
too glorious. It was glory. It was glorious because I had the American flag wrapped
Instead of
around
calling
the
it Old
handlebars.
Glory, call it Once Glory.
Once glory.
Once there was glory in this bike.
The one's
now
glorified.
no
I see the video, dude. I got this video. When I first got it, I didn't know anything about it. Now, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to mix, like it's a 40-to-1 ratio of fuel to gasoline is what that one took. Some of them take 50-to-1 and 30-to-1. It just depends, I guess. You know, it's a two-stroke mix. And what I did was when I had it in the back, I had it in the back of the truck. It was strapped up in there, and I went to the gas station and I bought the 40-to-1 ratio, and I had the gas about to pump it, and I dumped the 40-to-1 ratio into my gas tank, just straight. And then I dumped the gas, and I was like, well, took it out to my mom's house, and I was like, why is my bike not working? So then I had to drain it all out, and that's because it all went down and just caked onto my plug.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So you got to put it in the gas tank and mix it up. Hella rookie mistake. And so I did that. So I cleaned it all out, and I machined it out with the back tire or whatever. I cleaned it all out, remixed it, and I got it, and that was all it was. But I remember that video. I got it on my phone. I had the bike still in the back of the truck at the shop, and it was running, and it was just idling, and I walked up to it, and the title on Snapchat said, it just had some oil on the plug, and it's running fine now. And it's just like, I missed the truck, I missed the dirt bike, and I went over and I revved it, and it was like, wow, and it was just so beast, and I was like, man. So, like, the whole thing is, I'm going to get another dirt bike, and I might go ahead and get another truck. Because it's just such an awesome video.
If you do
Just for the video.
if you do it,
I don't
The
plan
video
on
just
driving
made
it.
me miss
I don't
it,
plan
dude.
on doing anything, but just good
if you
video.
do it, don't get an old one. Make sure you get another Avalanche.
Dude, that was amazing, bro. And I'll tell you what made that Avalanche better, because, like, for the first, like, maybe year that I had it, I didn't realize that the whole back come down and cleaned out. Like, I remember the back window come out, but then Rick and someone else, it might have been someone else who had an Avalanche, they were like, yeah, you can take this whole back down, and then all you had to do was lift up the back seats, and the whole back comes down. So from your back seat of the front seats all the way to the tailgate was just wide open.
I didn't know they could do
Wide
that.
open, dude. And that was...
You remember the Baja did that too, didn't it? Phil's.
You could open like a
Baja.
little thing, so like the whole, this is like the whole back of it. It was like a little thing like this.
But it would open to the back, right? Yeah.
That thing was yellow,
that's
right?
What I thought. No,
It
he
was
had a
raw,
red
it
one.
was
He had a
like
red one.
maroon
Yeah, it's like a
or
reddish.
burgundy.
I swore he had a yellow... It's like a little truck, right? Is that what it looks
Yeah.
like?
Like a
little
car.
truck?
Yeah.
It's a car.
Little truck, yeah.
With a little truck
The
bed.
little truck.
I remember that thing because that was the same time we were over at that bridge.
Well, there's
jumping.
quite a few.
Yeah, we used to crawl through that back thing and then go egg people's houses while he was driving.
Oh yeah.
There's quite a few. There's in town. There's a black one and a yellow one that's in town.
Just the best people out there.
I may have seen.
If you don't got a Subaru Baja, ladies and gentlemen, you're fucking up.
That's right. Baja's all the way to go.
I don't have a Baja. I don't think you do, and I know you don't. So
You know I don't.
I know you don't.
You don't think he does?
I don't think
appreciate
so.
that.
Do you have one?
I'm not good
I
enough
don't.
apparently.
I don't have a Baja. I wouldn't get a
I
Subaru.
don't have a Baja.
I wouldn't either.
Did you see that thing I tagged you in?
Okay.
It's like a dude. He's like looking into the hood of his Subaru. There's like smoke coming, and the chick is standing there with her arms crossed, and it's like I told him to get an Evo.
Yeah, I did. I saw that you tagged me in that. Yeah,
That was
you
funny.
should have sent it to Little J.
I figured
Or
you'd
Big
get a
J,
tickle.
whatever
I
his
did.
name is.
I sent it to him.
Yeah, because he needs to know his place.
And dude, and he's so hell bent around it, dude. It's just crazy. Nothing but Subaru games.
It's like that kid mentality when you don't know much about anything, but you just visually you like something, so everything else can go to hell.
Like the Cowboys.
I'd say that fits.
That fits.
I was thinking more like the Titans or
No, dude, I live here. I was raised on the Titans.
no.
I got a good
The
reason.
Titans hadn't been doing good for a while.
I'm a real
Excuse
fan.
me, are you a fan of football? The Cowboys haven't been doing good in a while.
Well,
How many years did they go? They didn't even go to the playoffs.
I don't keep up with your
I
Cowboys.
tell you what, there's a lot of hope when I remember as a kid and watching my uncle watch the Cowboys, and when Tony Romo came to play, it was going to be a new start. It was going to be a fresh start for them, and it just.
I got a lot of high hopes, boys. Tomorrow, the first preseason game of 2018, boys. I am excited. I mean, most of our starters probably won't play, but it's still going to be exciting.
I was going to say
Because we got new uniforms, new coaches, some new personnel. So
we were talking about it last night. They're probably not going to for a long time, or if ever. But if we do ever play, remember don't forget, this is going to be a war zone.
it's going to
I'm
be a
talking
war
Wouldn't
zone.
they have to be at a Super Bowl? Because aren't they in two different...
Well,
They are
yeah,
in two different conferences, but people they
Yeah.
play different. It's not like you
Yeah.
just play our
Oh,
conferences
yeah.
because
You-
we've got like Jacksonville. You did.
I did not.
We've
I did it.
got quite a few. The Texans.
That
That was you.
This
running your
dirty-
mouth talking
this
all that
dirty
shit,
fuck.
and here we go.
He was getting me back for the comment about football.
Oh yeah, I started grinning.
That's funny. I just expected it to be the man over
Yeah.
here.
Now, typically, I am the one that is armed and dangerous, but it wasn't me.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what we're talking about, somebody shit their pants.
Someone definitely shit.
We were just trying to figure it out.
So that works. Go on, dude.
Just ruin it.
No, dude. Go ahead, bro. Everybody. Me, our roommate, Josh.
Everybody, by the way, we'll
Mendoza.
just clear the awkwardness. This is our home. I don't think
we live here.
If you couldn't tell, we're in our kitchen actually. So instead of calling the podcast Real and Ridiculous, we might just call it the kitchen.
The kitchen.
But our lovely roommate here needs to come and get something to drink during recording time. So come on.
I live here too.
You do.
Please.
I'm sorry, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. Watch out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was close. That was a close one.
And I'm pretty sure we're at a completely different camera angle now.
Maybe
You
I
think
got
so?
taken out of it.
Hmm?
Said maybe I got taken out of it.
Josh, check that camera real quick. Make sure that we're all still in it.
Yeah, you're all good.
All right, are we correct?
Cool,
now?
cool.
I could be the cameraman.
You could. That was the whole original plan anyway.
Yeah.
You were going to sit over here with headphones on and fucking press buttons and shit. Be official.
I could.
Google shit for us.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Joe Rogan has a dude that sits behind the camera and doesn't come into view and get sweet tea.
One day you guys will meet my dog. She is the best dog ever. The sweetest thing.
One day we can put like a dog bed here on the table and just have her lay down.
She'll jump up here and sit
I
down.
definitely think she would. I think she'd lay there the whole time as long as she could see you.
Yeah, she probably could.
There's a bond between him and his dog that I think most people don't have.
It's quite remarkable, and I don't even know how it happened. I think, like, it kills me to say, but I think it was based off of fear initially, because at first when she was like young, because when she was like 4 and 5 months and stuff like that, and around that area, around the age group, she would run. Like most dogs, open up the door and she would take off running, and she used to do that. And I didn't, Horton will tell you, I didn't give her any attention. Like, I'd be like, Horton, that's your dog. I got that dog for you for Christmas. You deal with it. I'm going to the gym. And that's what she'll say. She's like, you never would go. If I knew you'd always go to the gym, da 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 da. But when it got to the point where I would,
The dog gets out and you leave her by herself to go chase it down.
And I'm talking about full parties. Sorry to the Thomason family, but like full parties would be looking for Lily. Her dad, her grandma, her mom, both of her sisters, they'd be all out roaming the neighborhood. One time she was down by our buddy's old neighborhood where we went to the other day to the quarry.
Yep.
All the way over there. I'm talking about like a good mile away. But the whole thing is that and potting in the house when she was learning. Like I would tear her ass up when I would get back. I put her face in it and tear her ass up, and like she doesn't do it no more. But nowadays when I go to discipline her, I just have to like get firm with her vocally, and I don't even really yell at her. I just Lily. And then she'll just fucking crawl up to me with her ears back, and then she'll kind of lift her paws up onto me. It's just, she hates me being disappointed in her, and it works out perfectly.
Well, I think she picks up on that. I think any dog that has a connection with their owner or their human or master or whatever you want to call it, they hear the change in your voice. You don't even have to raise your voice most of the time. If you just say their name like in a dull tone, they
out of the normal.
They do that thing.
Yeah.
Where a lot of dogs will do the thing where they kind of turn their side to you. They'll look at you out of the corner of their eye, but they won't actually look at you. They just.
Yeah.
That guilt, awkward.
Yeah.
Like turn away from you. Wouldn't it be great if kids did that?
Oh, dude.
We have some friends that have children. I'm not going to say their names, but sometimes they can be some hellions, and it would be nice to see them just say their name in low tones, and the kids just start acting
and
right.
It's misleading.
Stop throwing shit at you.
Yeah, dude, I know. Just instantly get into line. Like it's misleading because they're gorgeous kids. Both of them. They're gorgeous kids. Our buddies, his kids are gorgeous.
You know who we're talking to.
You know who we're talking about. Old Rabisky. But but dude, Brennan is just gorgeous, and he does have a bit of an attitude. And it's crazy, dude. The kid is not afraid of anything. Loves to, like, on his own in his bedroom on the phone. He's all of 2 years old, watching it, listening to like Slipknot and Disturbed music, and all kinds of scary movies. The Strangers, like he loves scary stuff, and it's weird to me.
Well, that's why I tell Robert
by himself.
That's why I tell our friend. You guys don't know his name, but that's why I tell him all the time. I say that. I would be concerned because I feel like at that age, you ever hear about those girls? They're actually making a movie about it right now, the Slenderman.
Oh yeah, the Slenderman.
Where those girls, they're like 9 and like 11, and they took a girl out into the woods and they sacrificed her to the Slenderman.
Yeah.
Brandon's gonna sacrifice his dad to it, Pennywise.
Or whoever, Pennywise, because that's his favorite thing. He'll run around screaming Pennywise, and he doesn't have that big of a vocabulary. So.
We're going to wind up on one of those videos on YouTube where it's like horrible predictions come true. And this video is going to get pulled up and it's going to be...
No, because now it's our job that we have to intervene and make sure that if there ever comes a point in life where that little boy goes too far off the deep end, we got to help our buddy rein him back in as a team.
Good news is he is only 2 years old, so I mean he does got some...
Yeah, and he's sweet.
He is super sweet. And his little sister is just absolutely to die for. She's adorable. But Liam, our other buddy's son, he I think is 3 years old, and he doesn't have a thing when it comes to fear. He's got a thing when it comes to like disbelief. Like you got to convince this kid that he can actually get stuff accomplished.
Yeah, self-confidence would be
I mean
that bike.
The bike lifted. Yeah, he's screaming at us to get the bike up the stairs. I'm like, dude, pick the bike up.
Yeah, if you don't know the situation, what we're talking about right now is we have a buddy and he's got a 3-year-old son, I believe, a little bit older than 3 now. And we were over at a friend's house and the boy was there with us hanging out, and he has a little bicycle that he rides, has the training wheels on it. And he wanted to take it up. It was just 3 stairs in the house to get to the kitchen. And he rolled it up to the stairs and hit the stairs and turned around and looked at all of us and said, "I can't lift it.
Exactly.
I can't lift it." And started whining, like he felt like that we were talking about, that self-confidence where he couldn't do anything on his own until finally Blade stepped in and made everybody stop, and he made him pick the bike up, grab it, showed him where to grab it, picked it up, and the kid walked it up the stairs and never set it back down. He never set the bike back down once he realized he could carry it. He just started storming through the kitchen with his bike on his shoulder. But it was good. But I think a lot of that comes with do you think sports helps with that?
I think it used to.
Maybe not now that everybody gets rewarded for losing.
Yeah, for nothing.
That is a big deal, and my kid definitely will not. But it definitely
you be the dad that takes the trophy. Yay! You guys got 4th place.
Break it over my
You
head.
ain't getting this.
I told you that. I was like, I'm gonna smash his my kid's trophies if that happens. Like trying to be funny, and you're like, maybe not do that and just break the kid's heart. Like every time he gets something, you destroy it.
Just sit him down and let him know, like, listen, you got 4th place. You're not as good as that kid. Break his heart. Either way, because what society teaches you, if you don't instill that type of mindset in a young person's head before society, or like their coaches or people who are under this like everybody wins mentality, then it's too late. Then if you step in, you're the bad person, you're breaking their heart. You know what I mean? If they get that mindset before they ever start playing sports or before they ever get on a team, they'll probably know ahead of time, like, okay, I'm not going to win unless I actually win. And maybe they'll start looking for your approval before they start looking for, like approval of the parent before approval of some random dude that's their coach that doesn't know them from, a stranger down the street. But I do think it's detrimental. That's my opinion, though.
It's not even gonna be like a letdown, because that's gonna be the ground rules from square one. Like they're gonna know, he's gonna be a strapping young lad, and he's going to know that you're gonna have to put in effort and you should be number one.
Do you see that? Remember that kid we were watching the other day? We were sitting on the couch, and there's this little kid, and I guess his parents probably lift weights, but he's got the toy weights, and he lifts the weights up above his head, and he slams them down, and
And that kid was probably like one.
And that kid looked like he just learned how to walk. And on top of that, I guarantee you that kid is not going to be an everybody wins kind of kid.
No,
that kid's
not.
destroying kids already.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's slamming down barbells on top of these other kids at daycare. I think if your kid's not like that, if your kid doesn't have like something that he honestly enjoys by the time he starts school, do you think parents have enough influence on their kid, and once they start school, do you think that changes drastically based off what their friends do?
If you have something that you absolutely love, I don't think it'll change that. Like, see me, I pride myself to being a little bit on the athletic side, of the spectrum. But to me, it wasn't so much a physical activity. I can clearly, because we all love to ride bikes and stuff like that. But mine, dude, was animals, like Animal Planet. Like watching Steve Irwin and and Jeff Gordon experience and stuff like that, dude, that never altered my entire life, even up to nowadays. So like if it's something that they really love and that they really like to, to give their time to and learn about, I don't think it'll really, I don't think it'll alter based off of too much. I think they're definitely going to be influenced on other stuff. But.
I think you're right. I don't know about you either, but I know when I was little, I got picked on a lot because I liked soccer before I liked basketball and football. And all of my friends were like, you grass fairy, you foot princess, everything else. But I never stopped. And I think it was because there was a team behind me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when I started playing soccer, there was other kids that I was really good friends with that played football, so I was the grass fairy. But I also had a whole team of grass fairies behind me that had my back, that I got along with. That I played sports with.
Just running around in freaking tutus.
Just tutus and ballerina shoes, kicking balls.
We're all here.
That's a sight. A bunch of kids kicking balls.
Yeah, but dude, I think soccer is pretty cool. I always did, and then but I never had played it until it was just my junior year. I was gonna, it was a toss-up.
You were in Germany junior.
I was in Germany, yeah, and it was a toss-up to me between track with most of my football player buddies or soccer, and the whole reason why I picked soccer was because I had two really good buddies. One was moving that year and one was graduating that year.
Both
played soccer. And I was like, this is going to be the last sport that I can play with these two. I'm just going to do it. And I'm so glad I did. I made a lot of good buddies, and it opened my eyes. It was a lot of running, but I've always liked soccer, and then I finally got a little bit of a grasp on it, little hands-on, and I'm glad I did. It was pretty tight.
Yeah.
They take the crap seriously over there. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guarantee you they take it a lot more seriously than over here in the southeast.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt
for
about it.
sure. Bunch of rednecks running around playing soccer.
They actually call it football over there.
Football.
Yeah.
Food. John, any athletic experiences you want to share?
I was on the football team.
We
for
played
2
football
years.
together. That's what I'm talking about, boys.
That's where I met you, and
That's
I
right.
stayed the hell away from you.
Dude, that's what he says. You say about Will too, though, right?
Yeah, Will too. Yeah, I told you, dude. When I first moved from Northeast, I had no friends. Every friend I made wound up just being a piece of shit and would just dog me and talk shit about me behind my
If you were
back.
ever his friend,
So
you're a
like,
piece of shit.
so like back then, I didn't have like a backbone or anything. So I saw people that had aggressive faces. I was like, I'm gonna stay away from them. And then wound up becoming friends with all 3 of the people that I made a mental note of staying away from.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think all of those people became your friends.
Yeah. And then all the ones that I thought were my friends, I absolutely just kind of fell away from.
Well, I don't even think that's just you, though. I mean, I think that's like, when it comes to me personally, dude, I've gotten it so many times.
It's just the high intensity of your personality. Plus, when you're not thinking about it, you're like me. Your face can look kind of angry.
Yeah.
Because people say I look angry all the time.
I think
it has something to do with our eyebrows.
Probably, because
or
that's what they
something.
said. Like, before I knew you, I thought you were just a dick. I thought you were going to be just like this asshole. And
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably because I am kind of an asshole, but
But, I mean,
I think everybody who's competitive in the slightest bit or has an outstanding personality, I think to a lot of people it can be intimidating.
yeah.
I think that stands true for everybody because it's the same with sports, it's the same with making friends, it's the same in the job place, it's the same with dating. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's hard to impress like a female who's got her shit together and she's competitive and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Because some girls will fall for anything and some girls are business women all the time,
Mhm.
every day of the week. And it's the same with the job place, it's the same with sports. You get a teammate. I've had them too. I don't know if you guys have, but when you have that teammate that just he doesn't care about anything, he's there to fucking play. I know I had him playing soccer. I had him in the gym when I was training mixed martial arts. There's always that guy.
Just down for business.
He's
and
like
that's it.
he's like in the gym, like when you're rolling around, or you're at grappling practice, or you're striking or whatever. You always had that guy who's a practice hero, or like the gym hero is what they call him, and he's the dude that like you're like, all right, we're gonna do sparring, and on the this afternoon, blah blah blah. Everybody keep it light. We're gonna go 50%, 50 to 70. Nobody go hard, and then first punch thrown, wham, hit cow, throwing it at your face. And you're like, all right, dude, calm down. And then if you have any type of competitive spirit, they hit you.
You respond.
You respond, and then you got a full-on fight, and the coach has to sit there and watch. And then you have a competitive coach when the coach doesn't stop it. He goes, all right, we're gonna see how far this goes. We're gonna
I like
see
the
if this knocks
intensity.
out.
Dude, football fights are the best because you're not allowed to fight, but every once in a while doing drills, you slam the other person down. You normally don't. It's not normally a fist fight, hands to the face, but like whoever can really rip the helmet off first is normally
Whoever gets
separated by
thrown
that.
and loses their helmet is the loser.
Pretty much, because it doesn't last much longer than that. I mean, every once in a while, like it didn't happen to me personally, but every once in a while you got fights on the football field that go to hands at the face. But most of the time, someone's wearing helmets and it's in a drill. People
Didn't you
get heated.
guys have a? He plays for the Titans, like Corbin, or it was a few years back. Y'all played the Texans, and he got thrown to the ground. His helmet got ripped off, and he got stuck. It was in an NFL game.
I do know that
he started it.
What was his name? It was one of our corners. One of our corners.
He was a
used to-
corner, yeah.
We don't have him anymore, but yeah, he was a fighter. They said that he was the pound for pound strongest guy on our team. But I don't know. I think it started with an F. It wasn't Fitzgerald. It was like but I do know exactly
God, I
who
wish
you're
you had
talking
your
about.
laptop right now.
Didn't y'all have a dude named Pig for a little while?
Pig?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about all that.
Who's your
ago.
new guy now? Oh, Taylor Lewan.
Oh, Lewan.
That's the guy you guys have now that's always in everybody's face. Like you touch. What's your
Mariota.
Mariota?
Yeah, and I like it, but it could get us in trouble, and it definitely
Yeah,
has
because
cost
he's-
us many penalties.
Because he's a good player, and
Yeah.
so when he loses his temper and he does get thrown off the field in defense of his own team, it almost hurts you guys. Like, it's cool, like, okay, you got a guy that's like down for the team no matter what, but then you also have that guy that like he is a key player, and if he gets thrown out, it's detrimental.
Yeah, it's absolutely detrimental, and he has cost us penalties. But like it's a give or take, because you gotta love how it's protectiveness over other teammates. But really, Mariota, if someone fucking comes at Mariota, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, because
he's like bull rushing people.
Is he tackle? What is he?
Yeah, I think he's our left tackle or
Left
right
tackle.
tackle, one of the two. But yeah, I mean he's extremely important, and he
Yeah,
has
I think
cost us
every
penalties.
game that I went to your family's house to watch, there was almost a fight, and it was always him leading the charge. And it was always like Mariota got pushed or he got hit late, and oh, dude, it's
Here
on.
comes the
Dude,
one.
didn't he run off the bench one time? Like the team got
Yeah.
into something, and he sprinted off the bench and came into the field just pushing and shoving. You back off my man. Is there something going on between you guys? Is that what like back in the locker room? That's why you protect.
No one touches my Mario.
He showers in, washes his butt cheeks after the game. You guys ever had that when you played football?
No.
Group hugs, man.
But yeah, I never really
Group
did
hug
that
in the
into,
shower, boys.
that into football, but my brother was, and a bunch of his friends were, and I remember they kept talking about a dude named Pig Howard or something like that.
Pig Howard.
I'm just curious
I don't
if...
know. Are you looking at
Cortland Finnegan.
Cortland, yeah.
That's
what
it had
I
an F
said.
in it. And
I said
was it
Corbin, didn't I?
Andre? No, this is the Bears. You said Corbin, yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was the Texans. Oh yeah, he gets stuck. It's Andre Johnson and
Yeah.
Cortland Finnegan, NFL.
Yeah. Throws his helmet off, and as he's trying to get up, he takes one to the face. Pretty sure.
I did like Cortland Finnegan though. He was a beast. But yeah, at the time the coach was like, he's pound for pound our strongest guy on the team. So I guess he was just a stout beast because he's not a big fella.
Yeah, no.
You know.
I don't think he can't be much taller than 6 foot if he's even 6
I
foot.
think he's definitely like, I think he's like 10
He's a
or 11.
corner, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Because I do know that he was definitely wild.
Speaking of being wild, are we going to be able to use the kayaks when your mom returns?
most likely, yeah.
I was like
5'10".
5'10".
Unless she leaves him up there in Montana.
Hopefully, surely she won't. If she
That's what I'm saying.
she
So,
bought a
yeah.
rack for the truck and then doesn't bring them back, I would
We
get
can just sneak over there and steal them, do whatever we want.
I wouldn't steal them. I would ask permission because I don't have my permission.
You want some Joe?
You're wild. I'm alright.
Is this inappropriate behavior?
I don't know if it's inappropriate. This is a.
I don't care now. I want
Yeah,
some.
we're just starting out.
Attaboy.
Top it off. This is
Like I said,
this is real
we're
coffee.
in the kitchen.
Real coffee, by the way.
Real coffee, real Black Joe, no doubt about it.
Whoa. Easy with the color combination. No, but now that we're in the kitchen, so that are we gonna have episodes where we're fucking making ham sandwiches for each other?
Oh, dude, all day long.
Is it gonna go a step further? We're gonna
For each other.
yeah. I don't make my own ham.
I
sandwich.
make yours, you
I'll
make
make
mine.
yours, but you make mine.
That's right.
If I'm laying
That's
bread for
absolutely
you,
fine.
you're laying bread for me.
I like it.
These sound like euphemisms.
If I'm giving you meat, you're giving me meat.
There's an innuendo right there. That's not a euphemism, boys. What's that? Sexual
Wordplay.
wordplay. I like it.
Well, we talked about football. We talked about
I'm so excited.
bull riding. We talked about friendships. We talked about children.
I just sat here for most of it.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll pick it up. We'll get nice and comfortable, and this will be like an everyday thing.
Mhm.
It'll get to the point where this is second nature to everybody.
I'll tell you what. I hope this lighting here works out well because I like this in the morning time way better than I liked it last night.
Yeah,
Alright,
Can't lie to you.
yeah.
I need to start getting better sleep then.
That's fine.
You're just gonna have to get on a grinding schedule, dude.
Well, me and Vinny were talking about it. Vinny wakes up. He's on this big kick right now, getting everything productive before anybody else. He sent me a picture of this fella. I can show you. This fella, his Instagram. What he does is he wakes up every morning and he's working out by like 4. And he always takes a picture of his watch.
What's his name?
Here, I'm about to show you right now.
Is he famous?
His name
Is he a
is
celebrity?
Jock O'Willink.
Oh, John. Yeah.
See
Okay.
this
Yeah.
fella?
Yeah. He's got a podcast and.
And what he does is, does he got a podcast?
Yeah.
But see, look at 4:23 a.m., 4:34 a.m. He's always working out and he takes
Yeah.
pictures of it.
He has his own like whey protein and pre-workout and
Oh,
stuff
for
like
real?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's Vinny's on a big kick like this because Vinny wakes up every morning at 4:30 and he's like, he sent me this and he's like, this is what I'm gonna do because he was like, I'm gonna get on a good sleep schedule so I can write more.
I know where.
So every morning he's been waking up at 4:30, and he showed me his little routine. He goes out and he goes and stands by the river. We FaceTime probably about 10 times every day, and he showed me his little schedule and his little routine that he does in the morning. And then he says he just gets to writing. So by the time it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, he's already written however many thousand words, I don't know, but that's what he gets on. And then he sent me a pic and
whatever.
I don't know what it is.
Really foo-foo
I'm
stuff.
sure I'll jump on his bandwagon eventually. But this is cool though because it reminds me of that we can wake up every morning.
Well, it wouldn't be his
this
bandwagon. We did that first.
We did do coffee.
We used to wake up in the morning. It became a ritual. And for anybody who's fans of the show Vikings, we had a ritual.
That's right, dude.
We would wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock.
Right.
If I wasn't waking up or he wasn't waking up, we were barging in each other's rooms.
That's right.
We were making pots of coffee, and we were watching an hour-long episode of Vikings by 5 o'clock. And sometimes after that, we'd go to the gym and have time to work out in the gym and get back before either of us ever had to go to work.
Yeah. And dude, and he was,
So he's on
telling
our
me
band,
exactly
right?
what we.
Make sure
Yeah,
you
I
tell
know.
me
And he was telling me exactly what we already knew, which is waking up hella early like that and having time to do shit in the morning. It feels so good.
Yeah.
And he was kind of going into some sort of science. He says when the sun hitting us early in the morning like that, reactions, naturally.
I tell you what, the dude that he's talking about, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, Jocko. We're just gonna say Jocko, but he was on JRE with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And I know Vinny watches that, so I'm pretty sure it's probably where he learned about it. There's a lot of guys that Joe Rogan brings on.
watch.
And I'm sure he probably does it himself, but a lot of people do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, because you think about it, dude, and it does. When you, this morning, I couldn't sleep last night because I was so excited to wake up. We had the little practice thing last night, and it was supposed to be episode 1, but as we said before, things got a little dark, and I like to keep things happy and high spirited.
Right.
So we gave another shot this morning, and we figured in the morning would be a better place to have better attitudes. And not really bad attitudes. It was just the topics got kind of hairy.
Yeah.
But this morning when I woke up, dude, my alarm went off at 5:30. I was wide awake.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't have that feeling. I think it's because I was excited to do this, but I didn't have that feeling of, oh, the bed feels so good, I'm just gonna stay here. I was like, I gotta get up there. So I gotta get things set up. I gotta make sure everything's ready. I gotta make coffee. I gotta make sure the boys don't sleep in. My mind was just going. I got up. I let the dogs out.
Yeah.
Played in the backyard a little bit. And my mind was going. I think if your mind is going and you really want to do something, you really care about something, you'll get your ass up.
Or if you just have something to do
I was
in
gonna
general.
say that's always been my problem. Is if I have something to do, get up like that.
Well,
and if I have nothing to do, I'm like, I don't got.
I think you have to
anything
give
do it.
yourself something to do because not every no matter how busy you are, not every day you're gonna have a day where you have to get up. So you see people like The Rock and people like that, even when they're like, oh well, I just finished filming a movie and I'm done, blah blah blah. He'll still 5 o'clock in the morning. He's waking up and he's making a video. Iron Paradise. We're in here getting a pump, boys. We're no days off. Those guys.
Right.
And I don't like guys that brag about it so much when they're always talking about it. But it is a healthier lifestyle. No matter how late you stay up, there's people there's obviously people that are like, no, you need a certain amount of hours of sleep, certain hours of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many people that prove that wrong every single day. There's so many people that are like, well, I got 3 hours of sleep last night, and that was because I was staying up, I was working, or I was staying up talking to friends, or whatever you were doing. But I sleep, I got a schedule to keep. So I get 3 hours, I get 4 hours, 5 hours, I get 2 hours, whatever it is. Make sure you get up and you hustle the entire day, because then there's going to be that day where you can get 8 hours and you can still wake up at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like it's not worth it if you don't.
But dude, if you get up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, you start getting productive instantly, you're so much more inclined to stay productive throughout the entire day. Vinny was like, he woke up at 8 one time and he was like, my day was shot.
Dude,
I
said
that's how I am.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm notorious for trying to get 14 hours of sleep.
Oh, dude, I can pull off a 12 hours. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I can fall asleep at 9 and then sleep till 9 if I don't get woken up. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
It's like a drug. Sleep is like a drug.
Yeah, if I get more than 8 hours of sleep and my sleep's not broken, no one comes in, hey, I want to get up, I'm like, I don't want to move. I
Right.
just stay in bed all day.
Yeah, but like it's a purpose though. Like you were saying, you got a purpose to get up. Because when I was getting up at like 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, it was because Brandon was calling me and I was having lockouts.
Yeah.
So I would go and I would have lockouts, and then I was on a great schedule. I would come back to the house, it'd be like 5 something still, and I'd be up, make coffee or whatever I needed to do. But then when I stopped locksmithing, it was just like I had nothing to do in the morning times, and then it was like, well, I'm just gonna sleep in a little longer. I have nothing to do. But now, you know, like Vinny's purpose, he wants to wake up every morning and write. We get up every morning, we can talk. We can hang out and
get up every morning and podcast. And if a topic comes up that happens, we'll just jump on and give you guys a short bit.
That's right.
Because I mean, I don't mind talking, and we've had a couple of practice runs. We had a real though. Last night was the real deal practice.
Yeah.
Run. That was because
equipment.
Yeah.
Everything's set up.
Even you guys said, like, when we sat down, one of the first things you said when we started talking, I don't know what to say.
Right.
But before, I mean, any other time, you know, before we're sitting down and it just rattles off.
Mm-hmm.
It never stops. So, I mean, at this point now, I think it's ingrained in my head. So if you guys let me down, I'm going to burn your rooms.
I am pro getting this done. I'm pro waking up in the morning or whatever time and getting the podcast
I
cracking.
can see Jonah's face dropping down. I can feel it. Like, as you were talking, I feel it.
Dude, I'm telling you, I like it so much more in the morning.
Like I said, if
It's
I
so
got
much
stuff to
better.
do, I got stuff to do. Just don't bug me late at night. Because that means I'm just going to adjust my sleeping.
Right.
And go to sleep soon.
Alright, so I'm done talking to you by like 7 o'clock. So
Yeah, stay
don't talk to
away
me, I'm
from
not going
me.
to talk to you.
If he's outside of his room, you got to force him back in there. Go to bed.
Go back in
Go to
there.
bed. We got to get up.
That's funny. It's only me and him on the east wing. I'll keep him in check. We got that whole half of the house to ourselves.
That's right.
I was lonely over there, dude, until Jonah. I'm like excited about it.
I feel lonely downstairs sometimes. Like, I have people go down there and they're like, "Oh, I see why you like this. It's nice and cozy." And I say like 9 times out of 10, I'm nice and cozy. You even said you were the one of the people that said it. I see why you like this room. Because I do.
Mine is how big it is. It's just
and-
I can see like being able to have all that room to yourself.
And it keeps
It's
the
kinda
dogs
nice.
out of the way. Because I have 2 large dogs, and if they aren't like, if they don't have their playtime, their chance to like get out and go play, they're wild.
Well,
They're wild and they're big and they destroy things. And if you have something that's important to you near them while they're, you know, in their moods of playing, it's getting broken.
it's done for.
Are you about ready to go?
No, not at all.
About ready to call it quits? I didn't want to keep you very long.
No, that's cool. I got plenty of time now.
I'm going to have to adjust my eating schedule now. If we're getting up early, because I'm going to start getting pissed watching you guys
Dude,
eat.
I forgot. There's so many things that we do that we could talk about on here. This guy fasts. We used to try to BMX. We weren't great, but we tried.
We did, dude.
We've been
We
at.
were great, but we actually did. I'm talking about legitimate ramps, legitimate dirt ramps in the woods.
Legitimate.
That we really bought bikes for, and we really went and jumped.
Was it with
legitimate
you
injuries.
guys or was it with me? It was me and you in high school, I think. When I
I never went with you to high
you
school,
didn't
but I
go
do
to
know
high
what you're
school.
talking
I
about.
ate shit.
I wasn't
on those ramps. Yeah, someone they tried
Oh
talking
my
me
God.
into it, and I was like, nah. I mean, you know, I don't want to. I was like, I'm uncoordinated. No, dude, just do it. It's
Remember
easy.
Will?
I just
Well, oh my
ate
God,
it.
dude. That's what I was
It was
thinking about.
rough.
Yeah, Will face planted. I slammed into a tree. I think what it was, that was one of the times where I did get back some of the fearlessness until I remember when we started coming down the hill,
Yeah.
when we were like trying to learn how to go down the hill and hit the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And so like what we're talking about here is there's some trails out in the woods here where we live, and you come downhill. It's almost like downhill, you know, biking, and you come up and you got to take a slight turn. And if you don't hit that slight turn right, there's a huge ramp that sends you about 8 feet in the air. Like your bottom tire, your tires, the bottom of them are 8 feet in the air. So
It's big.
you're probably actually, you know, I'm 6 foot tall, so plus 6 foot, and you're coming down. I came down, and the first time, wreck. Second time, wreck. Third time, wreck. Fourth time, wreck. Then I got to the point I was like, well, I'm already fucked up and hurt right now, so I might as well keep trying. And then I started landing it, and we're like, oh! But you got to bail because you got to land and turn again to hit the next jump. So I would go and then like head straight for like fallen logs and trees. So you got to like jump off. Which as long as I landed it, I felt okay. I could jump off and roll and everything's fine. But there was one time where I went for the second jump. I don't know what I was thinking because I'm not an experienced biker, but I hit the first jump, I came down, it felt clean, and as I came down again, it's like I landed it, and as I started to go up, my tire just slammed into the second ramp because these were shitty ramps and were not taken care of. And we tried to keep upkeep and like make the quality of them better, but we obviously aren't professionals and didn't know what we were doing. But I slammed into it. It felt like it shot me out of a car or like a cannon, and I just slammed shoulder first, and I just felt like pop, pop, pop as I hit the ground, and then like gravel grinding in my shoulder. And everybody came over and they're like, "Oh, what's wrong?" I was like, "My arm's broken." I literally could not feel my arm. It was numb. And Will was like, "Your arm's not broken."
Well,
I was like, "My arm's behind my back. You don't know if it's broken or not. I can't get up."
Still laying down, just mangled. I'm done for.
It's like when I had a dog one time, and it bit my cousin, and he was wearing a long sleeve shirt, and it crunched his arm and pulled him off of his scooter that he was riding.
This one happened to be Axel.
This is not the dog that I have now. No, absolutely not. He pulled him off the bike, and I remember going up to him, and one of my other cousins picked him up and was like, "It's okay, you're not even bleeding." I was like, "We haven't even picked up his sleeve yet. We don't know how bad this is." Lo and behold, we pick up his sleeves. There's like 4 holes in his forearm.
Just a saturated flannel, just full and soaked. Oh, it's gross.
Yeah, but you gotta keep your mind right. So when you do get hurt, just tell yourself you're not until you actually see like bones coming out or something.
That's right.
Like that.
Unless it's a compound fracture, you're really not hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. When we were in Montana and I got nailed in the balls, that's
a different story.
Balls are a whole different.
Different.
Balls.
Dude, that was the biggest painful fear I ever felt because I got hurt, and on top of that, like the feeling was not a normal one. So like I had to reach, like I immediately came out of the water, I reached my hands, and I was like, "Do I still got them both?"
Screaming.
Yeah,
Man,
not screaming. I was like, "Ah!"
Well, it sucks at first, like after and you get hurt at any point. That initial. Like, if it's bad enough, that initial where you don't know, you're like, what's broken, what's hanging off, what's fucked up. Like, that is scary.
I thought I ruptured one, dude. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Like, it's bad enough, like that first couple minutes of suspense until you know that everything is or isn't okay. When you just don't know what the verdict is yet, like that's like all possibilities are there, and that's the scariest part because you have no clue. Like Vinny kicked me in the face when we fell off the tube in Indiana. He fell off before I did, and it kicked me in the face. And no, actually, it was me falling off. I fell off, and he kicked me in the face. And it
tried to save you with a
so
foot.
hard, bro. It was so hard, dude. Yeah, he grabbed my foot now. But like that, my whole face was numb, and I was in the water, and I was like, "Son of a bitch." My teeth are gone, my nose is broken, and I was just like this. Like I could feel my face with my hands, but like I couldn't feel my hand. No, I could feel my hands with my face. No, that's it. I could feel
Figure it out.
my face with my hands. But I couldn't feel my hand with my face. I couldn't feel it.
Yeah, you couldn't feel the sensation of being touched.
That's right. And all this was numb, and I was like, "Well, I think I got everything." And then Vinny, when I got back over to him, he was like, "Dude, I fell off instantly." I was like, "I thought you were knocked out in the water." He's like, "I thought my foot was broken." He kicked me so hard in the face, and I had no clue what the damage was. You see what I'm saying? That first initial, like, trauma when you don't know the severity of the, the hurt or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's
no
what
one cared about me. I was literally yelling. They pull up. My uncle pulls up, and he's like, "Is everyone all right?" I'm still yelling in pain, and everyone goes, "Yeah, I think we're all fine." I'm still yelling in pain.
His cousin. So we're like, okay. So for those who don't
we
know,
gotta get on the water, dude.
For those who don't know what's going on, so his uncle has a speedboat, and he's got this tube. It's a large.
He's got one of those huge ones that stick out of the water, like this much.
Oh, yeah.
It comes out of the water, and you sit on top. So you sit on top, and you hold on like a horse, like you're riding this thing. You're not like sitting down, like holding on, and your legs are out. You sit on this thing. So when
like those banana.
But
Yeah,
it's round.
too,
It's like a big
yeah.
donut. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going, and the very first time we get on the water, I've never ridden it before. Some of the other girls that were on there have never ridden it before. And we just get on, immediately he's flying. I mean, he's taking off. And like his cousin is in the back, and he's jumping on the thing. He's like making it bounce, so it's like skidding on the water. And he's like, "Whoa, it's gonna be so much fun. Hey, if you guys fall off, make sure you let go immediately. If we start tipping, do not hold on. It's gonna fuck you up." Whatever. So everybody's got that in their head. Okay, so any scary movement, let go. So we're going, and everybody's holding on good. And like there's like we've got like I guess we could call her an aunt. But she's up front, and she's in her 50s, and then we got Jonah and me and his cousin all in our 20s, and then we have like the ages go down as it gets to the other side, and they're girls over here. As we tip, Jonah's side is the one that tips, and it was actually catastrophic because his leg grabbed the water.
It's just what flipped
So
us. It
so what
scooped it.
pulls us out of the water, and immediately everyone on this side just fucking wham right on Jonah. I let go, hit his cousin behind us. Everybody just fell into each other, and somebody. We don't really know who it was. At first, we thought it was me. But when we came up, we came up from the water, and you see a head over here. Jonah's head's like 15 feet away from me, and his cousin comes up. It's like, everybody all right? And everybody's like, yeah, we're fine. A little sore, like my foot hurts. Jonah comes up right after that. Head pops out. Ah! Ah! Like he's just in serious pain.
It was like a grunt. It wasn't one of those fear like
Yeah.
I was just like
real pain.
Yeah.
Full pain. Other than testicles though, like that's terrible pain. But I agree with you more. Like not agree with you, but I side with that the face fear. My biggest fear is losing teeth, losing sight, getting my lips chopped off,
Something
losing a nose,
busted up.
something because this matters. When you're talking to somebody, this is what they see.
What you present to everyone. You're
Yeah.
supposed to see your first foot forward.
Yeah.
Except it's on your face.
First face forward.
First face
Remember that. When you go into a job interview, put your face first.
Walking it backwards.
Yeah, if you're walking backwards, you're probably not getting the job. Something's wrong with you.
So many good stories, dude.
Yeah.
When it comes to water, man, that's fun.
Yeah, we definitely need to get on the
I
water.
Rick used to
normally-
have a ski boat. That's my biggest thing. I try to stress him. I'm like, Rick, dude, get another ski boat, bro. Let's go get out on the water.
So
Stop
this is
buying-
the
stop
first
buying
time we
trucks.
ever. Huh?
Stop buying trucks.
Exactly.
Tell me, he keeps
He's about to go to Cincinnati and buy another truck because it's got a plow on it in hopes that it snows this winter down here.
Oh yeah, you mean like last year when it snowed once?
Yeah, when it snowed once.
And it was like 70 degrees.
The
in
reason why I
January.
bought that
We're
Jeep.
just out there spraying the roads, hoping it freezes.
Come on ice! Come on ice!
Yeah, dude.
Give me a reason that I bought this $8,000 truck. I'm sure it's probably pretty expensive, huh?
3.
It's
It was 4. He asked 42 for it, and then Rick said he'd buy it for 35, and I think he said 3, and I think the dude said 35. And it's convenient though because there's a conure up there, so if he goes and buys that, then I'm gonna go buy that bird, and then that'll work out perfectly. Because I've been talking to this chick in Cincinnati, so it works.
Back on that
How about the bird?
painful experience in the water, it hurt bad enough to actually give me the fear of not wanting to get back on the thing. I still got on it again.
Oh, dude, I'm all about it.
He gave it another try.
It
but
just
you could
wasn't
see
fun.
His
Like,
face,
Every time we about went, I would throw my inner foot, the one that was on the inside of the tube, I would throw it on the outside and ride it so I could close my legs if we flipped.
He reminded me like, you ever seen the fighters when they get rocked and immediately he didn't have this reaction. He was a little bit calmer, but when they get rocked and they have that face. They get that face.
Yeah,
they know
the
that
wide-eyed
red face.
They know
watching for
They
everything.
know that next shot is coming, but they're so dizzy they don't know where it's coming from. They're just trying to cover up. That's
I know all about it, dude. You know how many times I quit skateboarding? How many times I said I'm never gonna skateboard again? Just nuts, dude. Oh, dude, it's bad.
But yeah, I felt kind of ashamed because like I always did when I was younger. If something scared me, I would let it keep me from doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of stuff when I was a kid didn't scare me. So like, I would climb trees really high, like, jump off a lot of stuff because it was really fun. But it was just certain things, would scare me, and I'd always let that stop me. And I hated that, so I kind of tried to develop that personality where like, okay, this scares me, now I need to do it if it's not going to kill me. You know what I mean?
Innocence can bring in fearlessness.
Yeah. Well, so I've been like that for so long where I know this is going to scare me. In fact, that's how I broke, because for some reason roller coasters scared me when I was a kid. Like,
For some
reason, yeah. What I mean is the other stuff I was doing was stuff that was like
going
unsafe.
70 miles an hour upside down.
Well, what I mean is like those are in a controlled environment, whereas like I said, I was climbing like 80 feet.
People were
I was
also-
climbing more like 60 feet
My
up.
entire
I was
life,
like
people
10.
have died on
Yeah.
roller coasters,
Huh?
so it's not for some reason.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
I see what you're saying.
It's a controlled environment that has safety regulations, whereas I'm climbing trees and I could just snap and boom, 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 all the way down and die.
Well, you feel
But
like
that
you're in
stuff
control.
didn't scare me.
Yeah, well, because you.
Yeah, but
that's
that's
sort of like you're in control. Because when you're holding the branch, it's you. Well, I'm not going to fall unless I let go.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the roller coasters can scare you because you're not in control. You can hold on as tight as you want to at that bar, but if that fucking car comes off the tracks, you're dead.
I think that's really why they're scary. I think people have accepted the fact that you're gonna go fast. It's the possibility that you could just go flying.
That's all I think about, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
And like I was telling you, dude, I do not like adrenaline rushes or anything like that because for some reason I get no fun sensation out of it. I get alert. Everything that can go wrong, I see it. I'm watching for it. Like I'm like a deer when they hear something.
Well, where's it really gonna get you? Because all you're saying is that you're just gonna live longer than me and Spencer. And what are you gonna do when we're gone?
Huh? Actually, I probably hope I don't live longer than both of y'all too. That's what's so funny.
Well, as alert as you are, you're gonna live longer. You see everything going wrong, and you take a step back, whereas we take a step forward. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? What is weird? When I flipped my car, that was fun. If they had I've always said, if they had a roller coaster that could simulate exactly that, and I knew I wouldn't get fucked up, I'd do it again.
Well, then, dude, why don't you try to get like rally racing and shit?
I want to, dude. I have money.
Yeah, I know, I do too.
Speaking on fucking taking a step forward, you know when we went back to that cave the other day?
Yeah.
We were like walking through the cave and we're like, oh yeah, we remember when we did this and we did that. In this cave that we went to, there is a
picture of Pickle Rick.
It's limestone. And yeah, there's some graffiti in there, but it's limestone, so a lot of it is broken apart. There's this chunk the size of a house that's just laying down with smaller rocks all around it. But all those smaller rocks, they're only small because in comparison to this large one that fell. And we went under that rock and walked around, just going through little tunnels and taking pictures and
little caverns underneath the fallen rocks.
Yeah.
That have fallen.
And we were under them. You talk about taking a step forward and risking it all.
It's sketchy, dude.
Man, could you imagine if we were like little kids after the tsunami and they're trapped and you just remember Hercules?
Yeah.
Remember when they faked the trap and Hercules has to come and save them and the kids, you just see their face.
Yeah, that would suck so bad.
Yeah, that would be me and you.
I would lose my shit instantly, dude. I would have a panic attack.
I'll with you.
Like if we survived, if we did get trapped, and I was, oh, dude, trapped
there. I'm so bad about like anytime I think about those situations, like I'm the first one. Like I live with one foot out the door. Like just kill me, just let me die. Because like. Dude, I think about like...
That's what you were saying. You're like, if we fall, I hope it kills me.
Yeah, dude, nothing... I used to say that working for Charlie when he first started having me climb trees and stuff. Because, I'm not a kid anymore and I'm wielding a freaking chainsaw because I was, doing it for that. There was a time where I was coming down from a huge tree. And I was like halfway down. I was yelling down. I was like, hey, Charlie, there's a pretty bad nick in this rope. We probably need to get a new one soon. He goes, I'm not buying a damn new freaking... rope, I just bought that one like a month or two ago. They're expensive. And I was like, he said it upset me that he did that, so I started yelling at him. I was on my way down, and he was like, "It'll be fine. You're not gonna, or you're." He was like, "You're not. If it snaps, you're not far enough for it to kill you." And I was like, "That's the problem. I'm gonna live with a fucked up leg for the rest of my life. I don't want that. I want 0 to 100. I'm either gonna get hurt but not injured." Or I'm gonna die. That's what I want. I don't want that.
Well, it's gonna be bad when it happens, but dude, man, you're gonna get a gnarly story out of it. Like, imagine if you were to get attacked by a shark.
I just said.
And you survive. It's gonna be bad at first, no doubt, but then you fucking check out my scar.
I'm never.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucking gnarly.
I'm never going into the water that I love. I'm not having fun anymore. Just roaming with a horrible scar.
I was a little scared when we went to Florida, and then you guys were like. We didn't see you for a second, and you were over there by the dock, and you were like, "Yeah, that's where the sharks hang out."
All Dustin kept saying was, he was like, "Dude, the sharks come to the pier at night," and I was like, "Where's Blade?"
Yeah, I was by the pier. I remember seeing, I was close to it, and I was a little farther out there. But dude, that was the first time I've been to the beach since I was a kid, dude.
I want to go again. I wish I had some money.
Yeah, dude. Well, one of these couple weekends coming up, we definitely can. It would have been this weekend, but Vinny said Cindy has like an interview or something, something's going on this weekend that they can't make it. But when I got out and y'all said that, I was like, oh crap. Like I was close,
and
dude.
That's one of those things too, like I said, where because I remember I was a sophomore, I think, when my buddy took me with his mom. Normally I was the friend that brought my friends, but I went with a buddy of mine because his mom happened to be taking them. And I'm a pretty good swimmer and I like the water, but I do not like aquatic animals. Like I've always said, you can't outrun a tiger, but you can try.
Right.
There's no trying to outswim a shark. By the time you start, it's a rat. Yeah, like there's none of that. So I don't like aquatic animals. Period. Fish will even give me an uneasy feeling, but I just don't really care that much about it. But it just makes me uneasy. We swam out to the buoys on the beach, and it was like 20 feet down. It was probably 20 feet, but it was deep. and we would swim down to the bottom, and I would collect sand dollars. They were like huge ones and stuff like that. We were far enough out. If we saw a shark, we were done.
It was a wrap.
Because even if we see it, we were so far out from the beach, like we were just gonna, well, it's coming. And like that was one of those things that like I had to just tell myself, like, I hope it kills me quick. Like,
Well, my dad used to say, because when we lived in Florida, he was like, man, you got to accept the fact that as soon as you step into that water, you just now became the top of the food chain. That's what he used to say.
he used to tell you.
Oh yeah, and that was just the mentality that we had grasped. And I'll tell you what, it's weird, dude. Knowing that there's like sharks and all kinds of crap in there, you know, stingrays, rest in peace, Steve Irwin. But like, even to this day, I feel more comfortable being in the ocean than I do a lake.
Is it 'cause you can
Lakes creep
see?
me out, dude.
That's why I was gonna tell you.
Montana
lakes, dude. They're clear.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, then I probably would like it. I think it is the clear water. I think it's that dark water that just creeps me out.
It's still dark in the sense that you can't see all the way through it, but like say you have like a high view, like say you're standing on a pier.
Deep though.
Yeah, but say you're standing on a pier or like a dock or something like that, you can see like a solid like 10 feet down there.
Yeah, dude, you guys gotta, man, y'all gotta come with me one time to up north to our families up north, dude. Dude, that lake
I
is
know I like
awesome.
to travel.
I tell you
I
what,
have a job.
You know what's freaky?
William went with me one
You
time.
know what's freaky about Montana lakes is like they have like grass and plants that grow under the water. So like you'll be swimming, and if the water's shallow
It'll
enough,
touch you?
you'll swim and like you'll just feel like it feels like fingers just rubbing across
Ooh.
your feet. And I was swimming backwards, like I got nobody was out there with me, and his cousin was laying and she was laying on the dock and she was tanning.
Was it Carrie?
I jumped, yeah, I think so. I jumped in
God, I missed
and
that
I was
already.
swimming. And as I got out, I was like, well, this is far enough. I'm getting close to the middle of the lake. I'm just gonna.
It wasn't cold as shit.
It was
like
chilly. It was
Canadian
chilly,
water.
but it felt good. Like because the weather was hot, the water was chilly. So I started backstroking. I'm just like, you know, easy, going backwards, and I'm like, I'm tired now. I don't want to, you know, like burn my arms out trying to get back and cramp or something silly like that. So I'm backstroking, and all of a sudden, just this heavy, like, rope. It felt like a rope just wrapped around my neck, and I fuck was that? And I grabbed it and threw it, and when I threw it, it was just like this long piece of like what looked like a seaweed type plant that was in the lake, but it just wrapped around my neck. First thing I thought, I was thinking about being down here in Tennessee, and I was like, water moccasin.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Apparently they don't. I was talking to my cousins. That's not a thing up there that they gotta worry about.
Because it's
water
cold
snakes
as
at
shit.
all. Yeah, it makes sense actually
Holy
now
shit.
that you say
And the
that.
winters
But
are
when they were
hard.
telling me that, I was like, what's that like? Like being in water and not having to worry about.
Tell you what was freaking me out is these damn alligators keep getting closer and closer to the lakes up here. First, you found them in Chattanooga. Couple months back or something like that, they found them in Nashville, and it was a 6-7 foot long alligator.
Yeah.
You talk about not
Real
getting
deal.
away from something.
Yeah. Don't they roll too?
Yeah,
I hope that
disorients you.
but I hope that throws your brain so out that it's like, all right, just take me.
No,
Like,
do you remember? You not remember as a
God.
kid Animal Planet? The
No, because I didn't watch a lot of it.
well, Animal Planet used to have this show called "I'm Still Alive,"
Yeah. Oh, God.
and it would play that
I know.
Nickelback song "I'm Alive" at the beginning of it, and they would show. They showed, dude. There was like 7 different episodes. I'm sure at least half a dozen episodes of
Yeah,
people
attacked
that
by
were like,
crocs.
they were like, yeah, I'm alive, but I don't have an arm. The croc bit it and just spun it off,
Tore it off.
tore it right off.
Yeah.
And I almost drowned, and luckily my wife threw a rock at it and it scared it off, and I was able to get out of the water, but I lost my arm. I still get to see my kids, you know. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I guess at that point you probably want to live
Yeah.
because you've got a family and stuff. I don't got nothing. I'm living
I don't know. I don't know
I'm
what
worried
would go
about
through
it.
my mind in such a situation like that. Like I want it to
sheer
be.
panic.
I know, and that's what I'm saying because I want it to be like, okay, I have to fight back, I have to survive, but I think it's gonna be just like an instant flight reflex. I don't think it's gonna.
It'll be flight at
in me
first.
at all.
I think
Well,
it'll be
yeah.
flight at first until your mind realizes I'm.
But if
fighting
it's
or I'm dying.
intense enough, I don't know if it'll ever kick
You
into
just
fight.
freeze and you're dead.
Well, like my little supernatural stories of when I was younger and I used to get, like, you know, I'd feel like freaky crap was going on, and that one time was bad enough, I just rolled over and accepted it. I was like, alright.
Yeah.
But when you were
Well,
talking.
I mean, I got attacked by that pit bull when I was younger.
Yeah, but then
And, I mean,
you fought, didn't you?
I fought. We're not going to talk about how that story ended, but I fought back.
Yeah,
I'm alive. And I don't have scars, you know, so
good.
I won.
I won. We lost. And now I have pet pit bulls. They're my favorite.
That's right. Yeah, good animals. I had one for almost 15 years.
I tell you what, we've talked about a lot, and I think we're going on. We should be going on a little over an hour right at it, so we can cut it. We can cut it, and we can go about the rest of our days and get some editing done, and we'll get this out to you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it.
Boys, this was a good one.
Yeah, we'll call it quits.